Welcome back to our exclusive series, How to Build a Profitable Home on the Web. This is episode 6, How to Tweak Your Ads for Maximum Profit. In our last episode, we covered AdSense fundamentals. We talked about ad placement and the types of ads that we would include on our site. But now we want to crank up our earnings a notch and we really want to maximize our profits. And the way we're going to do that is by using some little tweaks, some little tips that I've got for you to make your ads more targeted and more attractive for users to click on. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is focus on blending our ads so that they integrate seamlessly with the rest of our content. Now if you move up here to the header, you'll notice that our link unit has this blue background on the left beneath the text that says Ads by Google. This really stands out, and I don't want the fact that these are ads to be that apparent to the visitors of my site. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove this blue background by tweaking the ad code provided by Google. Here's how we do that. Here we are at our Google AdSense setup page, and the first place we want to go is to AdSense for content so we can modify our existing ad. Alright, in our header, we're dealing with a link unit, so that's what I'm going to want to select here, and then choose Continue. We're using the wide format at 728 by 15, and we've got 5 ads per link unit. And now, here's where the magic happens. We need to edit the colors of this ad. So we'll go to the Edit Palettes. On the Color Palettes editing page, you'll have the option to change the actual colors of your ad. You can control things like the title, the text description, and then the URL that follows the text description. In this case, we want a white border to blend in with the rest of the page. We like the cut line blue in the title. We want a white background for seamless integration. And then we want our text to be the dark gray, which is actually the color of the cut line text. And then we've also got a light gray for the URL, which blends in with some of the other elements on the cut line theme. So once we've set up our palette, we need to name it and then save it. Once you're done, you need to go back to Products, choose AdSense for Content, select your link unit again, select 5 ads, and then select the color palette that you just created. And now here on the left, you'll see a sample of what your link unit is going to look like. Now, if we flip back over to my test site here, we'll see that I want my links to be black up here so they blend in better with the navigation. So let's go back to our AdSense setup and see how they're blue here. We don't want that in this case, not on the link unit. So what I want to do is change the color of the links here to the color of the cut line links, which is black. That's what I'm looking for right there. Okay, everything else looks good. Now we want to hit Continue. Now on this page you have the option to set up a Google AdSense channel, which will allow you to track the performance of the individual ads on your site. This is a key component in really tweaking your ads and finding the right setup for you, the one that's going to make you the most money. I highly recommend using a channel, and so in this case I'm going to use one called the ESB header, which I've already set up for this site. Once I've got it selected, I just hit Continue. Now Google has generated my ad code, and all I have to do is copy and paste it into the source files for my site. So we'll copy it, and now we'll paste it in place of the ad script that's already in my header file. There it is. We just want to save that. And now we simply upload the updated header file back to our server. Let's go see what our site looks like now. There's our old ad, and now when we hit refresh, there's our new one. Look at that. We got rid of the blue background. Now our links are black, just like they are in the navigation unit, and this whole link unit blends a little bit more nicely with the header. Now, using the same procedure that we used on the link unit in the header, we want to change these ads in the sidebar and blend them a little bit more nicely with the site. We want to match these two blues, and we want to get rid of this green here in the URL text, mostly because this element stands out from the rest of the site and makes it look a little bit different, and maybe that might indicate to people that it's an ad. So I just want to blend it in and make it look like all the other elements of the site, and that's what we're going to look at now. There are two differences between our sidebar ads and our header ads that we just looked at. First of all, the sidebar ad is an ad unit and not a link unit, so we want to select that. And then the second thing that we really need to look at here is the color scheme. Before, we changed the title text in the link unit to make it black so it would blend with the header. In this case, the default links in our sidebar are blue, and so we want our link text to be blue instead of black like it was in the header. So, we can go back over to our AdSense code setup and look at our sample ad. This is exactly the result I'm looking for, so we're on the right track, so we just want to hit continue. And then, just like last time, we want to select a channel to track the performance of this ad. In this case, it's going to be called the ESB sidebar, so I want to add that. And then hit continue. And then all I have to do is snag the code and put it into my sidebar file just like we did with the header and upload it to my site. And then once we're done, we want to go look at the changes on our site. So here's what our ads look like before, and now that we've made the changes, we want to refresh the page. And bingo, now we've got those ads formatted just like the rest of the site. Looks pretty good to me. Now that you've got your ads formatted properly, there's one more thing you can do to ensure that you're getting the most targeted ads possible. And in order to explain this, I'd like to take you through the single post page and the ads that are served there. Here's our single post, and we have our skyscraper just to the left of our content. And you can see that some of these ads, this is a site about eBay sales, and so some of these ads are about eBay sales and how to make money on eBay, and those are pretty targeted. But we have these other ads that say computer upgrade and memory module, and in my opinion, those aren't quite as related to the content of this post. And so one thing that you want to keep in mind whenever you're serving these ads within your posts or on your site in general, you want to see how targeted they really are. And if they're not as targeted as you'd like, if they're not really catering specifically to your audience, then what you're going to want to do is to tweak the copy that's actually in your post. By including certain keywords at certain points within your text, you can control and manipulate exactly the ads that Google serves. And just as a for instance here, as a case study, you can see that I've used the term upgrades quite a few times in this copy, and that's probably the reason why I'm getting all these ads for computers and memory. So, if I want to get rid of these ads that are not targeting eBay directly, then I probably want to remove some of the instances of the term upgrades within my post copy. Ultimately, tweaking your ads is kind of an ongoing game. Not only do you need to experiment with the colors of the ads and blending them in with your site, but you also need to track their performance and also always ensure that you're serving the most contextual ads possible. If your ads aren't relevant to your content, then your users aren't going to click on them. But if you can structure things so that your ads are very closely related to your content, then you'll probably experience some really, really good returns.